Welcome back to Add It to the List podcast, the podcast about two friends going through a never ending imaginary list of movies. Uh, I'm Larry, and this is.
Evelio.
And today we're going to be talking about some of our guilty pleasure movies.
For sure. For sure, mine.
Yeah, for sure yours. uh, just a quick run through. You made me watch
Surf Ninjas, Maximum Overdrive, and Super Mario Bros.
Yeah. And I made you watch Quest for Camelot, Cirque du Freak, Vampire's Assistant, and Scooby Doo on Zombie Island.
I think you just saying your list made me go from like having a smile on my face to like a frown immediately.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
I want to start this episode kind of different. I didn't tell you this.
Oh, go ahead.
This is unscheduled.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I bought Surf Ninjas.
Oh, you liked
After
it?
I watched it.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna be excited.
Hey,
I ordered it.
You know, it's one of those movies that right now they have like one of those like sign in. I signed in because they're trying to get it to have a 4K release.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Now I'm pissed because I just paid $10 for a DVD.
Yeah.
I've never paid that much for a DVD.
I know, it's amazing, ain't it?
But I really like the movie.
It's 90s goodness.
It's Schneider at his Schneideriest.
Yes. Oh my god. But all right, so we got one out the way. So let's go ahead and just talk about it. So Surf Ninjas, to me, it was one of those VHSs that I don't know how we came upon it. I don't remember renting it. I just remember it was at my house and we watched it.
It was there.
It was just there.
It was like Jumanji, dog. It appeared.
Yeah, it just appeared out of thin air, man. And I don't remember.
Carlos is laughing already.
There he goes. There you go. We got another laugh. 2 videos in a row.
Yeah.
So then we got the Surf Ninjas. I don't remember a trailer for it in movie theaters. I don't remember anything. I just remember VHS tape.
I wasn't born when it came out, so
no,
I saw no trailer.
No. And it was, man, I remember watching it and loving it because from the very beginning, that song that I cannot sing, done by the Beach Boys, right? Barbara Ann.
Yeah.
It's like it gets stuck in your head. There's no way around getting that song out of here after watching this. So I watched it, and then my little sister was born. She was born in '93, which is the time I think the movie came out.
Yeah, it came out in 1993.
And then when she, of course, me being the dope brother, I made her watch it as many times as I watched. So that became our like cult classic. Like we can watch that movie over and over again. Now I'm gonna tell you something that happened to us, and I don't know if it happened to you, but there's a scene after the ninjas break apart the diner and stuff like that, and then Sash, which is the guy with the eye patch, he has a habit of like saying something and just disappearing.
Yes.
Or appearing, you know.
Yes.
So there's a part where he goes, "They have taken him," like in his deep raspy voice.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Whoa, how do you do that?" And Rob Schneider. It wasn't until me and Helda were in our 20s already. My little sister's 5 years younger than me. I'm 32. Just y'all do the math. I was, and we noticed that it's Rob Schneider going like this. Yeah, taking him, but he's making fun of him. We did not notice that, and we had been watching this since we were kids, bro.
Rob Schneider made this movie for me.
Yeah.
I found him so funny in this. It's just all his little
what ifs.
Cut to Rob Schneider, and it's like, did I just do that? I just did that. I said, what if your house blew up and your house blew up? I took my friend's childhood home.
Yeah. No. What if I was, what does he say?
What if I lost his power? Did I lose my power?
No. The first one started when they were in the school where he goes, what if you tell them that you found out that I was adopted and I was actually a king and all this stuff.
Yeah, prince.
Yeah, and then they wind up finding out that they're princesses. That sounds weird, but that princess. And then he's like, "Whoa, this is me. This is my power. It's the power of what if."
I said, "What if I was a prince and now I'm a prince?"
Bro, I'm excited. This movie is
Rob Schneider the whole time, though.
Yeah. Now here's another little fun fact that I found out from this many times watching this movie. Satch and the main character Johnny, their son and father in real life.
Really?
Yeah, and they're both stunt artists. That's why I told you this guy is the guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Which was originally in a Ninja Turtle suit, doing all the karate and stuff like that. And then his dad also does that stuff too. He's a martial artist.
Really?
Yeah. So that makes it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and it's funny because one of my favorite parts is because obviously he's always been in movies, but he's never really like prominently because he's a stuntman, right?
Yeah.
And then you got the part where he's like hurt, Satch is hurt, and he's like, oh no, and he goes, what if I'll be okay?
Yeah.
Hey, it works, man. It's just so funny, dude. It's just one of my favorite movies, and I swear it's just so cheesy 90s goodness that I can watch it over and over again. I don't think I've ever gotten tired of it. Like legit,
I'm not gonna lie.
Gotten tired of it.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched it and I immediately was like, oh, I need to watch it again with my wife.
Yeah.
Like I really want to watch it again with and she's not gonna watch it.
Oh, your wife is probably gonna hate it like my wife.
Yes.
My wife hates this movie.
My wife hates Rob Schneider.
Yeah. No, my wife hates this movie. Period. Like not because it's Rob Schneider, not because it's cheesy 90s. No, she just hates it because I think me and my little sister. I've been married with my wife about to be 5 years, and I've watched this movie. Oh, man, has to be at least 20, 25 times within that time. Easily, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can't blame her. It's just I never get old. I never get old. Like get over this movie.
Yeah, it's like your wife and Shrek.
Yeah, my wife can watch Shrek over and over again though. Yeah.
To me, one of the funny I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of skeptical of the movie, but when I got hooked, there was a scene after they broke, like the ninjas broke into their like house / job, like the burger shack.
Yeah, well,
the snack shack or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't think that was their house.
No, it wasn't their house. It was just the snack shack thing.
Yeah,
where their dad worked.
The burger shack, where the stoners come in and they're like, "Hey, you know this is a good burger place because you know
all the cops.
Look at all the cops.
Worth the wait."
It's so stupid.
But after that scene, and Rob Schneider's like, "I feel safe around you." I've never said that to a man before.
And in his armpit.
Yeah.
It's man, dude. I love this film, and to the point where like the cop that's following them around, the one with the really raspy voice.
Tone Loc.
Yeah, I didn't know he was a rapper. Of course, I watched this as a kid, right? So then I found out he's a rapper, and man, I started to listen to Wild Thing and Funky Cole Medina over and over again. I can only imagine my my sisters, bro. But it's just I love this movie, man.
What I figured out watching this movie is anything Power Rangers fighting style, I'm into.
Yeah, like over the top.
Yeah, like over the top, like Power Rangers, the old school TMNTs.
Yeah,
anything like that. I'm like, okay, I can get behind this.
Yeah, well, you know my favorite thing about these is when the fighting style is the because they're goofy and silly with it. Like the dude with the nose, the chopsticks in the nose.
Yeah.
That is just silly. But mainly, let's get this over with. Product placement galore.
Oh my god, the Marlboro scene is hilarious. He goes, another Rob Schneider moment.
Yeah.
He goes, you should get the patch. Look who I'm talking to.
Yeah. Yeah. He's hilarious. Can I get one? And then he tightens up the headband. And he goes,
Yeah.
It's funny, man. It's just so silly, and like you just have to embrace the silliness in this movie. It was meant for kids, man. You know what I'm saying?
It had some adult aspects.
Yes.
Like Tone Loc going, brothers don't surf.
Yeah, that was funny.
In his deep raspy voice.
Yes, it was the bomb.
He said, if this gets back to the neighborhood, none of the homies are gonna talk to me.
Yeah. But the main product placement that I'm talking about is the Game Gear. Yeah. Man, holy crap.
It was the whole movie.
I wanted that Game Gear.
Really?
So bad. So bad because of this movie. Like you don't understand, like this was the time of like Game Boy being king. Game Boy. So then you see this thing and supposedly all the things that it can do. Man, I wanted it.
Yeah.
I wanted it so bad.
You wanted to see the future.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, you could put it that way. But my I don't know, man. I just love this movie. I love Leslie Nielsen, the bad guy with the half
Yeah.
cybernetic face.
Yeah.
When he gets wet,
Yeah.
the scene where he's taking the phone call always made me laugh. He's like, "Hey, but don't hang up." And then he clicks over. Was it you that called right now? He's
Yeah.
just having this whole like internal
Yeah.
dialogue, and it's just so funny to me, man. Like I have very fond memories. And then all the people, instead of all the people getting tortured and caged, they're all laughing at him.
Yes. Yes.
It's horrible, man. But it's just I love that film.
Our pal Long John Silver over here.
Yeah.
There's just so many Rob Schneider and I realized that in this movie he says amazing.
Yeah.
And he goes, amazing.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
and I was like, oh, flashback to grown ups.
Yes. Yes. You know, but you notice these things, because he's very prominent for sure.
Yes, he gets very nasally. Ouch.
Did it my sister, Erica, older than I am, my middle sister, she would definitely tell you, you have no idea how bad. I would just be in the car and just randomly start screaming out, "Moto surf!" Every time. Shut up, Melio. Every time. But it was just this movie, bro. It was like a very prominent thing in my life, and
I don't know why they like that word so much. It must be like free beer or something.
yeah, Kwansoon.
Yeah.
I've always tried to like see where it meant, but like turns out it's a completely made up
They
country.
just made it up.
Batusan. You mean Portisan? The
Yeah.
the toilets and construction companies?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so goofy, cheesy.
Yeah.
I love it. I just really love it. I'm oh man, y'all have no idea. I'm excited because I've been trying to get this dude to watch it, and he's sitting here every time I say, "Oh."
You've never actually asked me to watch it. It's always been like, ooh, I need to get you to watch this. Or you sneak it into conversations a lot.
Yes, because it's one of my I quote that movie.
I think this would be considered your favorite movie.
One of my
you
favorite.
say you don't have a favorite.
Yeah.
But you talk about this movie a lot.
Yeah, because, oh man, I'm telling you, shout outs to Hilda. Because me and Hilda watched this film over and over again, and never once have I gotten tired of it. Ever. It's I don't know, man, but I'm happy you liked it. Let's say one other thing about the film, where the whole ongoing gag is where Rob Schneider can't surf.
Yes.
And
yes. When we finally get it, he goes, guys, I want to tell you something. I can't surf. And he goes, yeah, never a day in your life. It's kind of a joke to all of us at this point.
I love it. He's like, waxing my board. And then he sees them coming out of the water, and he starts running. Bro, get out of here. It's so funny, man. I love this film.
Yeah.
I can what's it called? The scene where he's singing to the monk was hilarious to me. Man, all these scenes were just so epic to me. But the culmination of it at the very end, where he's just like, I don't want to be king. Here, I declare.
Yeah.
Democracy. Y'all deal with yourselves.
Put me on a 50-cent piece or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And then my favorite is the last on-screen gag right before they get to sing, is where that dude comes back from going up the stairs and he's just like, "You lost," and just throws himself down again.
Yeah.
I love that film, man. I'm telling you, I really have watched this over and over again. That's dope that you bought it. That obviously you liked it.
Yeah. I liked it enough to buy it.
Yes. Especially a movie like that, because let's talk about the other two.
I didn't buy either of those.
Yeah, I imagine.
So obviously, Surf Ninjas, of your guilty pleasures that we're talking about today, was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it. I liked it. I will be watching it again, maybe sooner rather than later, because I'm gonna force my wife to watch it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Just so she can be annoyed with me as I do Rob Schneider quotes. Now the next one that you made me watch a little while ago
Yeah.
was Maximum Overdrive, 1986.
Yeah.
The truck with the giant face on the front.
Yes.
God, I hated that movie.
I know. I was sitting right next to you when you were watching
Yeah,
it.
every little part of it. I hated it.
But it's
Charlie Sheen's brother.
it's a Stephen King film that he directed it, and it was the first and only film he's ever directed it, and I understand why. I understand this movie's not great. I understand it to the point where it's like bad but good. But I love this film. This is another film that I don't understand how it arrived at my house.
Bad but bad.
No, it is great.
Bad.
I will differ on that one because man, this movie is so hilarious. The fact that this dude looks at directly at the gas gun, like who does that?
Yes.
Who does that?
Yes. It's like one of those commercials like, do you have this problem? And it's always a white person spilling something.
Yeah,
That's what that was
it
like.
was so bad. But oh man, and when I first heard about it, this was around the times that I was like super into The Simpsons, because The Simpsons, in my household, my oldest sister did not want us to watch The Simpsons. By us, I mean me and my little sister, because it was like too adult oriented or whatever, and they did too nasty stuff. So when I watched this movie, right, and then I started watching The Simpsons, I'm like, hey, why is Lisa Simpson the chick that's screaming throughout this whole film?
Yes.
Even before he watched this film, you guys, I told him, bro, do you like The Simpsons? And he's like, yeah, kinda. And I go, well, you're about to like hate Lisa Simpson in a little bit.
And I did.
Yeah.
And I did. Without it, it started bad. It started with that chick and the knife that she's using.
No, technically, it starts off with the drawbridge.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, which was bad there too.
It wasn't as bad though.
It was pretty bad.
It wasn't bad enough to where I remembered it. And this chick is like, freaking out with this knife and like holding it on her arm. I'm like, why don't you just let go of the knife and unplug?
No, well, technically, that's not how it happens. Technically, she's. I'm defending it, I know, but technically, that's not how it happened. What happened is that she's grabbing some, I think, eggs on the grill.
Yes.
And the knife turns around on its own, and then lunges at her, and then she's trying to take it off with the hand. Supposedly, that's what's happening. But yes, in essence, all you have to do is unplug the dang thing, and you're good. But I love it. The sound every time they killed, bro. Yeah. And let's mention this. I'm a huge AC/DC fan. I love AC/DC. And this movie is complete AC/DC from beginnings to end.
The soundtrack is great.
Yeah, he did.
It's the movie that's horrible. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. There are certain parts of it I enjoy. The cheesiness I enjoy, but I'd watch it again. But it's gonna be one of those movies that I'll get this random craving to watch. You know, randomly I'll be like 3-4 years down the line. Like, you know what I want to watch? That stupid truck movie that E got me into.
Oh, bro, I watched this movie at least 2-3 times a year.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do that. I would buy it if it was on sale somewhere for $5.
Hey.
I'll be like your dad. I'll be fine.
We made you. We made you.
Yeah, no. And then the redneck owner that has all the guns.
Well, they're not that far off. They're not that far off.
But in the basement of his gas station? You're right.
They're not that far off.
You're right.
You're not that far off.
You're right.
But I'm just saying, I understand this is like way far off for a movie. But if you just sit there and enjoy its horribleness, it's a great film. I love it, man. And then also keep in mind, what movie series have I told you time and time again to watch that I want you and begged you to watch?
There's a lot. You had that's the premise of this.
The Mighty Ducks.
Yes.
And who's in the Mighty Ducks?
I don't know. I've never watched it.
Emilio Estevez. And who's in this movie?
Yeah, Amelia is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but now all I'm gonna be able to see is him.
Oh no, you won't. No, Gordon Bombay.
I'm gonna have
He
flashbacks to
he's gonna outshine.
green truck face.
But it's just so cheesy. You gotta admit at least one thing: the premise and the way they did it was just cheesy. Where the cans, it spits out the cans and kills the dude.
That was hilarious.
I'm telling you,
That was my
funny.
favorite part.
It's funny.
That
You
was
just
my
gotta take it
favorite
as funny. It's supposed to be a horror film because it's Stephen King. Okay, you guys. But
It's
it's
like
not.
Jaws as a horror film. No one's
yeah.
scared of Jaws.
Well, at one point, people were definitely terrified of Jaws.
Really?
Yeah, when it came out, people were definitely scared of Jaws.
But it's the same thing. Unplug it. Oh, there's a shark in the water. Guess what I'm not gonna do?
Get in the
Get
water.
in the water.
Yeah, you know. So it's stuff like that. But but this movie is just so cheesy, so outlandishly bad that it's so good to me. I can watch it over and over again.
And now, let's talk about the worst movie you've ever made me watch. Something that I would buy to break.
Look, I'm gonna tell you guys, I wasn't gonna make him watch Super Mario Brothers. I wasn't, but he made me watch, and he made me watch movies he knows I hate. So I said, "All right, I'm gonna make you watch the most cringiest '90s movie
I just want to
of
point
all
out
time."
that you made me watch Maximum Overdrive, knowing I would hate it. After I bought it for you,
Mm-hmm.
I paid for it.
Yeah, but you
As a
could've
gift,
said no.
I was like, here. And he goes, oh yeah, now we're going to watch it. I know you're going to hate it. What?
Yes, that's exactly how it happened. Oh, he sat through it like a champ.
And I'm trying not to cringe or fall asleep because he's sitting here like this in all of his favorite parts. Oh, man. So, Super Mario Bros.
Yes.
I'm going to flip to my
man.
page.
Okay, let me
It's
start.
just weird from the start.
Yes, the very beginning they try to lure you in with the sound of the Super Mario video game, right?
Yes.
Super Mario Bros. Video game, and then it goes off the wall with talking dinosaurs talking in a Brooklyn accent,
Yes.
and then they're trying to say that like it's an alternate universe, but it's somehow taking place in the same exact world.
Yeah.
So it's not
like
alternate.
inverted.
So it's not alternate at all. It's just hidden.
Yeah. And it's dinosaurs evolved down into humans.
Yeah.
Oh god. And King Koopa's a T-Rex.
Hey, one thing you gotta give.
Nothing. I give it nothing.
One thing you gotta give it props on
They ruined Yoshi.
is, Yoshi's creepy.
Yoshi had legs like have you seen that movie Splice?
Yes.
Yoshi had legs like her and like the old school raptor prototype that they had for Jurassic Park.
Hold on. You had Dennis Hopper as basically at this point it's not King Koopa.
It was President Koopa.
President Koopa.
Yeah.
And I asked you this right before we recorded this. Do you remember him from Speed?
Wasn't he the bad guy?
He was the bad guy. So
Yeah.
they take him, this dope bad guy from this film, and make him this cheesy bad guy.
who's a germaphobe.
Yeah.
The whole time he's like, oh,
Yes.
something foam.
He keeps doing this with his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's the
I
T-Rex
know.
thing.
It's so horrible.
God, it was a horrible movie.
But again, I love to watch.
I can't believe you made me watch that. And then the fact that Mario's like 20 years older than Luigi.
No,
Luigi looks
forget
like
that.
a teenager.
Forget that. I'll give you
Mario's
one more.
bald.
I'll give you another one, dog. I'll give you another one. Mario, Luigi Mario. Wait a minute. How many Marios are in there? There's three in total.
Mario, and Luigi Mario.
Why'd they have to give him a last name? It's so stupid. Oh man, I know this is a horrible movie.
I can't even play my Switch anymore.
Bro, when
I
I
have
tell you
bad flashbacks.
when I tell you this right here is the movie Hilda, again, my little sister, I'm sorry.
Don't tell me she loves this movie.
Oh, we both love watching this movie.
Why,
We
Hilda?
both love
No.
watching this movie.
Don't message me about this. I don't want to hear anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
I gave you Surf Ninjas. It was great.
but
I will
you
not
dogged on Maximum Overdrive, and that's another one of our movies.
I don't care. I will not budge on. I said I would buy Maximum Overdrive, but like for your dad, $5.
Hey,
no more.
But Super Mario Brothers definitely is one of those films where I acknowledge everybody in like the universe pretty much pans on this film, but it's nostalgia for me because I watched it because of course I was Super Nintendo NES era. I loved those games, and of course I wanted to watch them.
How could you like that movie?
Oh man, because it has nothing to do with the movie. With the game.
They were
other than the fact that they're named Mario and Luigi. You have Princess Daisy.
Yeah.
Not Princess Peach or Toadstool.
No Bowser. This B-rated budget cut Yoshi. The Goombas have heads this big, but bodies like.
Hey, that dancing scene though. That dancing scene.
No, it was so stupid.
Oh man,
he just started wiggling their hips, and they're so dumb. They just go like this the whole time.
I'm loving it because
God, it was.
This is awful. For me. I'm reveling in this moment because I knew you were gonna hate it. I already knew it.
Oh my god!
But you know what you did? You made me watch Quest for Camelot, bro, and that movie sucked so bad. And then you made me watch.
That's a Warner Brothers Archives film.
Doesn't mean it's good.
It means it's credited by some.
No, that movie's horrible. And then you have Cirque the Freak.
Vampire's Assistant. John C. Reilly, man. Put some respect.
The movie doesn't end.
It has Salma Hayek in it.
And I love Salma, and I hate this movie. It goes to show how much I hate it. I love her in her horrible films. Frida was not a good film, and I can watch that film over and over again.
I'm just saying. You made me sit through Super Mario Bros. Out of spite.
Yes.
It was a spite watch.
Yes.
All these other movies, I don't think you can make me watch a worse movie.
No, that was as
From
bad.
From here on, I think I'm in the clear.
I think that's as bad as I could ever go for you. But I did it on purpose. I will acknowledge. But in all fairness,
on accident.
But in all fairness, though, that was the theme. It's movies that everybody hates, but I love to watch, and I will watch this movie over and over again. Matter of fact, maybe this weekend.
God no.
I already have it out.
God no.
I'm just saying.
I don't know where you put it.
I put it over there by Carlos.
Oh, okay.
Once again, Carlos is our sound guy. He's over there in the back. He doesn't. One day we'll get him in the shot. Maybe. We've gotten him to laugh 3 times.
Twice.
No, he laughed on this one, didn't he?
Oh, he did.
He did just laugh on this one.
Yeah.
So we've gotten him 3 times so far.
Remember Carlos, Temple of the Boom.
so as of right now, he's back there.
What do you call this episode? The Pleasures episode?
Yeah. Over here calling it the pleasure. Man, you're gonna get us. We're not even monetized. You want to demonetize us already.
Okay, so let's hop into the first movie because I'm tired.
Hold on. No. Hold on. We're not done with Super Mario Brothers yet.
Why?
Because what did you ask me when you got the DVD from me? What was the question? The first thing was, what is on their feet?
Stupid jetpack shoes.
That's
like bouncy, steam-powered jetpack.
That's so they can jump like in the game.
It's so stupid. So stupid.
No, my favorite part is what they put in it. Did you notice that?
No.
It was the bullet bills from the video game.
That's right.
And then hold on, we're not done yet because I'm trying to go fast because I know he wants to get to his already.
No, I just don't want to be on this. We can go back to Maximum.
No, hold on. We talk about product placement all the time. There's been a few episodes now that we talk about like prominent, but the Bomb-Omb. What shoes did the Bomb-Omb have?
Was he wearing Converse?
No, he was wearing Reeboks. Remember at the very bottom, it said Reebok.
I didn't catch that. I'm not gonna lie. I was hating my life. I watched this last night.
Oh no,
the
there's
hate
one more.
Is still burning strong.
There's still one more. So the gun that they used to de-evolve.
Yes.
It's the NES gun, the Super Nintendo gun.
I noticed that.
Yeah, so they just painted it so that way for kids we knew to like associate.
Yeah.
And we did. I wanted it. Never got it, but I wanted it. All right.
They left Bowser out.
Yeah, they put King Koopa, but it's just
President Koopa.
It's because technically Bowser is king of the Koopas, so that's where they got it from.
I know the reference. I like Mario too, and you made me watch the worst Mario thing that was ever created.
Oh no, my friend, there's worse.
Nintendo's biggest failure.
Oh no, there's worse. I can make you watch other stuff that's worse than that, but I won't. But I won't.
I don't believe it.
Oh, trust me, there are.
So let's talk about your favorite.
Hold on. What's your order?
I told you, Surf Ninjas, Maximum Overdrive, Super Mario Bros.
Okay.
Easy, clear cut.
Okay, fair enough.
1, I had to buy. 2, Maximum Overdrive. I was like, if I catch it on sale one day, I'll buy it. Super Mario Bros. I buy to burn.
Okay, well, you made this really hard for me because you gave me the Vampire Assistant, the Quest for Camelot, and the Scooby Doo. If I'm gonna have to order them, definitely Scooby Doo is on top. But because again, I genuinely don't think these are movies. I just see them as like full length cartoon,
It's
like
a
an
movie.
Episode. They look like a cartoon episode. I'm sorry, you guys. For all Scooby Doo fans, I'm sorry. I just never grew up watching Scooby Doo like that. I get the Hanna-Barbera. I understand like they're like classics. I love Jetsons. I love Flintstones. I love them in Spanish. I've never seen either one of those in English, by the way. But I'm just saying, if it's gonna be anything, Scooby Doo is definitely my favorite that you made me watch. Cirque the Freak, only by necessity because it's really bad.
What?
Movie. And
you hated Quest for Camelot
and I hate
the most.
I hate Quest for Camelot so bad with the passion.
Oh,
So bad. It was unbearable. And when I say unbearable, it's unbearable with all caps. Like my wife and I watched this because you were so hyped, and it was adorable, you guys.
keep in mind, I came over here with a sealed copy.
He was excited.
I searched far and wide.
Yeah.
I found a sealed Warner Brother Archives release of this movie.
Yeah.
I don't even have a sealed copy.
No.
What do? So here, want you to watch this.
Yeah, he was real excited.
This is one of my favorite movies.
He got us hype. My wife and I immediately, you guys left because it was you and your wife came over.
Yes.
And you guys left, and my wife and I were like, put it on. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It took us like 3 tries to finish watching this movie. We fell asleep 2 times during this film because it was so badly paced. And then the songs, man, the songs
are the best part.
The only good song, and I will give you this because I'm not like you. I will give you something out of the movie.
I gave you Maximum.
I'm just saying, the only thing I will give you out of this film is that I loved the 2 voices from the 2-headed dragons, but because they're very famous comedians, but also they were like the only redeeming factor in this whole film. I get it.
They're my favorite part.
I get it.
So, a little bit about the movie. It's when me and my wife started dating, she tried to make me watch like Phantom of the Opera, and I made her watch Jurassic Park, and that's kind of pitting us against each other because she's not a big Jurassic Park fan. You know that she's not a big Jurassic Park fan. Like you said in 2 episodes ago, Jurassic Park episode 6.
Yeah,
it's kind of a boy thing. So she
in the 90s.
Yeah. So in the 90s it was kind of a boy thing.
Mm-hmm.
So she wasn't a fan of it, and so I was like, okay, well you have to like something that I like, because you know me and my wife are very different.
But it's the same. Me and my wife are.
Yes, I'm more like your wife, and you're more like my wife.
It sounds weird, but yes.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
But so I was like, well, what about like an animated movie? Do you like Quest for Camelot? And she goes, oh my God, yes, I have it. It's the only DVD that she had in her nightstand. That's how much she watched that movie.
Oh, man.
It was a DVD in her nightstand.
More power to you guys.
She didn't have to go to the living room and get it. No. It was hers. It was there. It was safe. It was scratched so badly that we couldn't even watch it. I bought it.
Okay, so let me tell you guys. So on Instagram, we did post because someone asked us about our movie collection. So mine is, I don't know if can they see a little bit of it, Carlos, up there? So mine is like up on my wall all around this room. It's a 19 by what?
16
by 16 room, and all along the ceiling, I have films. Most of them are DVD. I kind of narrowed it down to either 4K or Blu-rays. All the DVDs are in the closet. You know, the one film that didn't even make the closet.
Look at the paint on my face.
It's Quest for Camelot. Because in all honesty, I forgot it existed. Because typically, I'm the kind
He
of
had
guy.
it in a drawer in a dresser he wanted to throw away.
True. This is true. So what happened was
In the trash, essentially.
what happened was,
You know
I
what?
buy films
I'll take it back.
that I want to watch or I like, and that's pretty much my collection is what I typically do. So when he gave me this film, and I hated it. I hated it from beginning to end. I had to stop and watch it and stop and watch it. We fell asleep, and we couldn't do it. We
More
just
pain.
couldn't do it. And we finally got through it, and my wife and I both looked at each other and gave a big old sigh of relief of like, never gonna have to do that again. So we put it away, and that's where it stayed until he, without even trying, goes and finds it.
We were talking about taking the dresser to the street to get taken away or taking it to burn it. And I opened the drawer to take drawers out. Not to do anything like I'm going through his stuff. To take the drawer out. Because we were talking about moving it.
Yeah.
And I go, is this where you put it? And he goes, oh. I ain't know.
My bad.
Where is it now? We'll never know. He could have thrown it away.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know where it's
He
at.
doesn't know where it's at. He loves Super Mario Bros. Can't make it through Quest for Camelot.
Yeah. I didn't grow up with it though. That's probably the big difference. Now, Cirque the Freak. Vampire existed. One of my main issues with this film is it just doesn't end.
Yeah, there's no discernible ending.
It's just all that happens is they now live in this Cirque the Freak, the freak show.
Now I'm gonna acknowledge that I know this is a bad movie.
Yeah.
I know this did not do well.
Yeah.
But going back to Quest for Camelot, I want to know, do some of y'all like this movie? Because so far it's just been me and my wife.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if we're the only ones buying this.
Yeah, it would be nice. Give him a comment because, oh man, I really, really hate it.
You can make fun of it if you want to. You can say nothing worse than he said. But I want to know, is it just me and my wife that like Quest for Camelot?
Yeah, he's gone as far as asking other friends, and
No one.
Yeah,
no one. It's just us.
So, but let me talk about Cirque du Freak. The whole Vampanese situation.
I know it was bad.
It was so horrible, and I get it. This dude, I know this guy, and I know his movie likes. It's just that John C. Reilly is in it.
I love John.
And even John C. Reilly, and I get it. John C. Reilly is a good dramatic actor. He's a good comedic actor. Him and Step Brothers. Oh man, but in this film, bro, he's just so bad at it. And you know when it is when he's talking to man, we just talked about his name, William Dafoe.
Yes.
When he's talking to him, which by the way,
you also love William Dafoe.
I love William Dafoe, and I see him in this movie, and I forgot. Oh, let me mention that I went to go watch this movie at the movie theaters.
Yeah.
And I left because it was so bad, and I don't do that. I watch it to the end. I commit.
Yeah. Super Mario Bros. We know.
If I pay,
we know.
If I pay, I'm watching this thing, the whole thing, right? But I went to go watch this movie, right? And with a good friend of mine, and we both were like, "Oh my god, this is garbage." And I'm not gonna lie, she went to go watch it with me because I am a fan of Salma Hayek, and they ruined Salma Hayek like so bad. And then not because she has a beard, but just the way what they made her do in the film, is really bad. And I think the hardest thing to acknowledge in this film is it just doesn't go anywhere. There's no
progression in the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, it's about a kid who gets turned into not a temporary vampire.
Well, he says half vampire.
He's like a half vampire.
Yeah.
He wasn't bitten, so he's not going to turn into a full vampire. He was turned into a half vampire. And when he gets turned is my favorite part of the entire movie. So he looks at John C. Reilly and he's like, can I like run real fast and like turn into a bat now? John Riley goes, oh yeah, if you focus really hard, you can do it. And he goes, oh, he goes, no, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I was about to say that probably, because again, I'm gonna give you something out of each film, even if I hate them. I told you, because for Camelot was the two-headed dragon. This one, for me, was the part where they're exchanging blood through their fingertips.
Yes.
Because he's like, I'm not gonna bite you in the jugular. I don't want to kill you.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like just stuff like that. Like if that had happened throughout the whole film, would have been dope. And not.
There should have been more John C. Reilly.
And then Josh Hutcherson, or whatever his name is. Whatever his name is. Oh, he's such a horrible bad guy. How they try to make this.
He was very emotional.
It was so bad.
He was very emotional.
When he got bit in the cheek from the spider, I was kind of happy.
That he was gonna die.
Like, I was kind of happy. And then the fact that this dude sacrificed himself for his friend, and then his friend is like a little pouty bitch, was horrible.
Yes.
Was horrible. That's why I was like, man.
Now,
And you know what's funny? Hold on, let me tell you this. What I hadn't told you was, so my wife hadn't watched it. So I found it on Netflix. We started watching it. She gets into it.
Really?
She's like, oh, this is actually kind of entertaining. And I go, wait, because I already know what's going to happen.
Nothing happens.
So she's going, and then the credits start, and she's like, wait, is there a part 2? And I go, no.
It did not do well enough.
And she
I
goes,
think they planned it.
it seems like it.
Because they set up a lot of lore.
Yes, and it was horrible.
Yeah,
Even that was horrible lore.
Yeah, it reminded me of the first Michael Bay TMNT.
Yeah.
With the lore they set up.
They and it's so funny because I'm watching this, and we've had these podcasts already, and you always sit here and say, oh, it's because, the plot, I'm story driven, and I'm like, bro, how does he like this film? And then I realize, John C. Reilly. That's the only redeeming factor in this whole movie is John C. Reilly, and even that, he was bad at it.
I love John C. Reilly.
But William Dafoe, I loved him because I don't think you noticed it, but his mustache is a reference to the original, like, old school actor for Dracula. Vincent Price, I think, is his name, and that little thin mustache, it was his thing.
I'm looking at the camera.
Yeah.
I've never seen the OG Dracula.
Yeah, I know.
I own it though, because I wanted to watch it.
This is always my dilemma. We're gonna go through it every time. But yeah, that the actor does that. Have you watched Edward Scissorhands?
No.
Okay. Never mind. See you guys. See what I got to deal with. So again, that's Cirque the Freak. Scooby Doo.
Oh.
Scooby Doo, I didn't mind. It was a cartoon. It was what it was. It was meant for kids. It was cheesy. There was moments that I as soon as I saw the chick in the store telling him to come to the house, I was like, oh, she's the bad guy. As soon as I saw her, I was like, she's the bad guy. They're trying to make everybody else look like the bad guy.
I didn't see that coming because when I watched it, I was like 4 or 5.
No, I saw it immediately. So the whole time I'm looking at my wife, and I'm like, I already know what's happening, because she watched it. She had already watched it. She likes it. And I'm like, I already know what's gonna happen, but I'm still gonna watch it. Like I'm enjoying it. Like, it's a Scooby Doo film. You can't go wrong with Scooby Doo. I typically don't watch them, but that's it.
He's saying you can go wrong with Scooby Doo.
But well, that's another episode.
Yeah. We'll get there. I know where you're going with
The
it.
the Scooby Doo. Like, I don't know if I hadn't watched enough Scooby Doo or what, because then he gave me this DVD that had 2 Scooby Doo films. So I watched both of them since I had nothing else to do. I watched both of them. But apparently, is it an ongoing joke where Scooby's like, where they're like, there's a dog, and then Scooby's like, dog? Where?
Yes.
Okay, because I thought that, I wrote that down. So I'm watching movies, and we're doing like little bullet points on like
Which I haven't covered any of mine for any of my movies.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So then Scooby Doo comes out, and he's doing this, and I thought it was a cute thing if this was not normal, and it turns out he did it on the other films too. So I was like, oh, this is ongoing.
I've watched every Scooby Doo movie I have every Scooby Doo movie.
Yes.
I have all of the cartoons that have been released.
Yes.
It happens in every movie.
Okay. See, sorry.
He goes, dog? What dog?
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that. Sorry.
It's funny every time.
Sorry, Scooby Doo lovers.
It's funny every time.
But one of my other favorite scenes, again, I don't know if this is an ongoing joke, but where Fred is looking at the mirror and he puts on an ascot and he's like, nah, and takes it off.
So that happened in like some of the 90s Scooby Doo movies. And then here recently they brought the ascot back.
Mm-hmm.
But in the older cartoons, he always had the ascot on.
Yeah, that's why I knew was the ascot. So when I see that and then him like doing like a guacala face, I don't know if y'all speak Spanish, but it's like an ill face.
Yeah.
And he takes it off, and I was like, oh, okay, that's funny.
Yeah.
Like, just funny. Another one of my things that I had to write down because it was so funny was so this whole thing is taking place in New Orleans.
Yes.
Right. So they have dope Zydeco, I think is what it's called.
Yes,
music.
the music.
I love the music.
Yes.
And then something happens. I don't remember what happens, but then it's all of a sudden like punk rock.
Yes.
I was like, what? Where that came out of nowhere?
It's when the cats show up.
Yeah.
The big cat. The were-cats.
No, even before that. Even before that, there was a scene where they're running around.
Oh, the ghost.
The ghost thing. Yeah, where the zombies are coming out of the water.
Warren Moon Eye. Or
something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I write all these things down, and I'm like, the movie finishes exactly what I thought was gonna happen, and I go, and then that guy catches that fish that he keeps trying to fish. And I'm like, and then Scooby's like flying in there, and I go, oh, he's not gonna catch it after all. And sure enough, that's what happens. So it was kind of predictable, but I get it. It was meant for kids. It wasn't meant for me.
What about the war pig? The battle pig. The guy that catches fish. He is a pig.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name right now.
I can't remember either, but they're my favorite thing is where Scooby's stealing all the chiles, and then he's like, where are you running? And then Scooby screams something, and he meant to say the hog or something like that. And he turns around and he's like, no, you meant to say this. Instead of running, he corrects him and then starts running.
Yes.
So again, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Would you watch it again?
No. One was enough. One and done was fine with me. But it was okay. But you know, a lot of movies for me are one and done because I typically watch one film and I'll retain it for years and years. Maybe, okay, let me rephrase that. I might watch it if I have kids. More than likely, I'm going to have to borrow some of your Scooby Doo films. So I'm definitely going to rewatch it. But
I was about to say, if you have kids and you don't let them watch Scooby Doo, if you don't make them watch Scooby Doo.
Oh no, for sure, Scooby Doo. Like I said, all the Hanna-Barbera, because I grew up watching them, but in Spanish, and I think that's where it's hard for me because I watch Scooby Doo, and it sounds weirder in English. Does that make sense?
No.
Like I only grew up watching it in Spanish, so it's kind of weird to me. But that's basically what I had to say about your films. What were you gonna say to defend them? Because I don't think I ripped them that hard. Other than Quest for Camelot.
There's no defense. I knew Vampire's Assistant was bad. Cirque du Freak, it's horrible.
So it's like your Super Mario Brothers.
Yes, I expected it to be lower than Quest for Camelot, though.
No, I'm sorry.
Because Quest for Camelot came out when you were 10.
Yeah. But I didn't watch it till what, last year? No, year before last.
2-3 years ago.
So I was 30, dog.
2 years ago.
I was 30.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was bad. Yeah. Until you told me it was bad,
yeah.
I had no idea. I thought everyone loved this movie.
Yeah, no, I like...
So what was your favorite part of it?
The Quest for Camelot?
Yes. If you had to pick one part. No, you told me your favorite characters.
That's what I'm saying. When they're on the screen.
Anytime they're
on other than the song. Because the song was horrible.
You don't like the song?
I don't like their song.
Dude, me and my wife, it's called...
I know you know it too.
If I Didn't Have You.
Yeah.
Me and my wife have sung this song on road trips for hours.
Yeah, let me tell you guys, I've seen them. Obviously, we hang out a lot, even spouses. And that song them singing it makes sense because they are a unique couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, this dude loves putting his foot in his mouth, and he will extend it instead of letting it go. He'll keep going and going, and she just quietly just lets him do it, and then boom, hits him with like something show stopping.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Something that hurts usually.
yes, hilarious.
Yeah.
From my side, I'm not too sure about his side.
It's funny on my side too.
But they're funny. They're really a really unique couple, and their relationship is different. But you know, that's them.
So, you didn't even like the animation style.
No, I thought it was pretty bad. If it's already 98.
Yes, I didn't realize it was 98. I thought it came out in the early 80s.
No,
and that's why I was giving them credit. I was like, it looks pretty good for early 80s. No, it's late 90s.
Late 90s, and it's like to put that in contrast, like
it came out the same year as Scooby Doo did.
Yeah,
In
well,
the animation versus.
well, let me put this in contrast. 98, you're looking at Beauty and the Beast had already came out.
Yeah.
Aladdin already came out.
Yeah.
Shoot, Toy Story, all these other
Lion
great,
King.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
it looks like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
It looks horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you. I didn't know until today. Today was the first day that I was like, hey, when did that come out?
Yeah.
Because normally we talk about it. So, Scooby Doo on Zombie Island. What was your favorite part?
My favorite part was definitely the when they're looking at the writing on the wall, and then Velma gets picked up.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, don't worry, there's always some kind of wires, and she's like, no kind of wires. That was probably like my favorite scene because it's when it's trying to get you to understand this is not your normal Scooby Doo film.
Yeah.
So I like that, and that's kind of where I also deduced that the chick, the other lady, the one with the love for cats, had something to do with it wrong. Like why were they why were they picking on Scooby Doo so much? In other words, as soon as they were on the boat, and they're like, oh, you have a dog. I didn't realize you had a dog. Dog? Where? Yeah. You know? So that's when I started deducing, like, both of them are the bad guys.
What about Jacques? Did you expect Jacques?
No, I didn't expect that because at the same time, because the way they portrayed it made it seem like the Fisher guy was also a bad guy.
Yeah.
All of these people are bad guys.
The gardener?
Yeah. The gardener for sure you knew wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was too obvious. But for sure, the fisherman threw me off guard because the Creole accent, man, I love the Creole accent. Yeah. They made it seem like the bad guys the whole time around. So I'll give it to you. It was a pretty fun movie.
I'm gonna point out to y'all that he doesn't just do that with Scooby Doo movies. He does that with other movies where he figures out the plot and then he gets bored with it.
Yeah,
it's just him.
Yeah, I just watch a lot of movies.
It's not just that. You're really good at figuring out plot points.
Yeah, well, it's because the foreshadowing always gives it away.
Well, we can bring your wife in here, because she doesn't catch it either. And then you're like, oh, this and this and this is gonna happen.
Yeah, like and she's like, oh. I'm gonna spoiler alert on the next episode that we're working on. He made me watch The Land Before Time, and literally like maybe 5 minutes into watching the movie, I messaged him, bro, I already know what's gonna happen.
It's so sad.
And then he's like, but what if they change it up now? I go, no, it's completely foreshadowed. I already knew what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even expect that to happen that soon because they did it quicker than I expected.
Very fast.
But I saw it coming.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just the way I am.
Now,
sorry, I watch a lot of movies.
I'm not the only one that made you watch Land Before Time.
No, my wife is making me watch all 14 of them. So I'm 2 down. So far this episode, 2 down. 12 to go.
So, okay, so we talked about those. What about Cirque du Freak? Favorite part? If you had to pick one of the never-ending story.
Oh, I told you the
blood thing.
That was
the same as me.
Yeah, that's pretty much like it's funniest scene.
Okay.
But also the main actor was just so boring.
He was bad.
The main, like the kid that supposedly like gives up his life for his family.
The half vampire.
He was so boring. Like he had like no like personality.
He was who's that chick from Twilight?
Oh, Kristen Stewart.
He's the Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Male actors.
That's a good one. Yeah. He shows
no facial expression.
Nothing.
Nothing.
It was horrible.
My
But
boyfriend's a vampire. Oh.
yeah, the girl, he finds out that chick has a tail because she's telling him, and you're being funny, right? And like you're supposed to be like sarcastic with it, and it sounds boring.
Yeah.
He sounds boring. Again, I just watched this, so it's
now,
fresh,
what did you
fresh.
think about him playing the Game Boy in the coffin at his funeral?
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I figured you would have been like, oh.
Yeah,
I thought that was going to be your favorite part.
I thought that was cool, but nah, it wasn't like, not like, because with the finger thing, it's funny because they're making fun of a stereotype, which is the whole getting bit on the neck,
Yeah.
you know. So it was funny. Like I said, him and John C. Reilly is just a big smartass to where it's funny, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and
To save
not good enough either. Cause
there was no plot. There was no ending. There was no. It was a lot of foreshadowing for the next movie. You know what I can describe it as? It's like the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
pretty much,
bad.
but really bad.
Yeah.
And then John C. Reilly explaining the whole vampire vampanese difference. It was just
confusing.
Yeah.
It was a lot of lead in for the second movie that never happened.
Yeah, it's like, no, I would say it's more like what's that movie where the Twilight one, but before they were gonna fight,
Breaking Dawn Part 1.
where it was leading up to this huge war, and then nothing happened.
You know you're gonna have to watch all those too, right?
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna have to do a Twilight episode.
Yeah, I know. I've never seen all the Twilights because why?
That hurt, man.
I'm sorry, but they're horrible. I saw the first one because I went on a date to go watch it, and it was horrible. And then I went to go watch the one where I'll wait for us to record the episode for me to say
Yes.
the other stuff. But
Because you're about to get irritated.
yeah, I am. And so it's just, we are definitely gonna stroll our way down that way. What's the next episode? What did we say we were gonna do?
We're gonna do High School Musical.
That's right. That's another one where I haven't watched it, and he has.
Yeah.
So
I love him. He hates musicals.
Yeah, I hate.
There's like 2 or 3 musicals that he likes, and when I say that, I'm excluding Disney movies and Pixar movies because those are Disney really is kind of musicals.
Yeah, but they're animation. They're meant for kids. And
Well,
stuff like that.
you don't like Land Before Time.
No, I like the first one.
I'm
Well,
talking about the second one.
hold on. You let's wait for that episode.
The
Then we'll
singing.
talk.
You don't like Quest for Camelot because it's a musical.
Yeah, yeah,
We're using the term musical loosely,
yeah,
where characters sing.
yeah.
I should say.
I have never seen, still, as of this episode, still haven't watched any High School Musical. My wife is super excited, unfortunately, so I'm probably gonna have to watch them back to back.
Now she's super excited about High School Musical. You watching Land Before Time, and when we tell her about us gonna do Twilight eventually,
Yeah,
she's gonna be super excited.
yeah,
Really, I'm on your wife's side.
yes. Says a lot. So, yeah, my wife can cook amazingly. Thank you, wife. So I definitely want to say thank everybody who's commented, everybody who's liked, all family, friends, whomever it is. Thank you guys, a boatload. We really are trying to upgrade everything we can in a short amount of time because we're trying to do everything as much as we can because this is oddly enough very fun for us.
Yeah.
So we are definitely trying to upgrade. I hope this video thing is working. If it's not working, hey, let us know. We'll give it a different try.
We'll try out new things.
Yeah, anything really, but definitely like, subscribe, all that cheesy goodness.
Also, give us some feedback on like this video type. We've stuck for the first 7 episodes. We did all like series.
Yeah.
It was all movie series: Indiana Jones, Ghostbusters, Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you want to see like more of like our guilty pleasures, or like he brought up in one episode, a refusal episode.
Yeah.
Movies that I refuse to watch.
Yeah.
Just because I'm stubborn.
Yes. Very.
There's some that you have to.
You ain't wrong.
Like 50 Shades of Grey.
I was about to say 50 Shades of Grey.
Which, if we do a refusal episode,
I'm gonna have to watch.
It's going in.
Yes, I know. But just let us know. We're here. We're here to listen. I once again appreciate everything. you know, this is always gonna be a podcast between me and him, just basically discussing likes and dislikes, and whether you guys like it or not, you know, and
Yeah.
hopefully,
Really, we've been doing this podcast. We've been doing the podcast for years.
yeah,
Just never recorded.
never recorded
Yeah.
until my wife said, "Hey, y'all really need to," and but with the help of my cousin Carlos, we are definitely doing it. Thank you again, cuz, and thank. What was I gonna say? Thanks everybody once again. This is Added to the List podcast with Evelio
Larry.
and see y'all again soon.
See you on the High School Musical episode.
Hater.